Okay, so I want to talk about the choices you make in life and the multiple outcomes or consequences that can be granted to them, given that you choose a proper path. I find this very common with relationships you have in regards with people, with business firms, with a lot of things that you can analyze in your brain right now. It seems to me that often we are given this road that we traverse, okay? So we go down this road, and at the end of it, let's say you're surrounded in a dark forest by a bunch of spooky trees with petrified limbs and yangly fingers of tree branches and whatnot. And you are suddenly at a fork in the road, and you're trying to contemplate that fork because it gives you two options. It gives you option A, and it gives you option B. Which is the most feasible outcome? Which is the most feasible option? Do I become a Nazi or do I become a communist? This is commonplace in the culture we are living in, where it says you have a God-given agenda or you have a strictly leftist agenda, whatever agenda. You are given an agenda to follow one cause or follow the other cause because they're both beneficial to society. They're both beneficial to the things that we want to create and the things we want to do. And I find this destructive towards creativity. I find this destructive towards people such as myself and people such as YouTube creators, content creators, artists, visual artists, writers, script writers, screenplay writers. I find this detrimental to the relationship of art because you have traversed this path, and when you signed up to take this path, you said, okay, listen, I want to look at this from a creative perspective, and I don't want to look at it from, perhaps, let's say you sign up for a path that is involved with a romantic counterpart, and they're just like, okay, well, you can take this path as long as you become my lover. But I am kind of at that fork in the road where I'm just like, I did not sign up for that. I thought we were doing this for creative purposes. That's what I wanted, and I thought that's what you wanted. So they throw that ultimatum at you, and they're just like, okay, you take my way or you take the highway. And it's kind of like, with me, it's like you're in that movie Memento, where the guy cannot, for the fucking life of him, remember a goddamn thing because he suffered that massive brain injury, and he doesn't know what's going on anymore. So he has to take these photographic pictures of everything to remind himself exactly where that path has taken him. So granted that I am much like that guy, and I kind of sign up for things like, let's say you are a content creator, or let's say you are a book writer, and you just signed the next 3 years of your life away because you thought it would be beneficial to you, and now you're at that junction in the road where it's like, okay, do I take the left or do I take the right? What do I do? I kind of want to dictate on the point where it's just like, you become the guy in that movie, and you take the picture of that fork in the road at the very fucking end of it, so you know that you're going down that goddamn path. We're just like, yeah, you sort of met someone, you sort of got involved with someone, and now that someone is kind of telling you it's my way or the highway. But it's also like, hey, I can turn around at any point and go my own way. I have this picture with me now that I took of that fork in the road at the end of the scary trees. You know, and the trees surround you to scare you, to remind you that you have to make a choice instead of being an individual, instead of being an independent thinker. You have to take that path now. You have to take it because we are giving you two options. Communism, Nazism. Which of the two are you going to decide to take upon yourself? Are you for social matters or are you for fiscal matters? Which is more beneficial to you? You have the choice to turn around and say, fuck you, I have this picture, I know what you guys are trying to lure me into, I know you're trying to reel me in, and I am not interested. Not interested. Maybe I'll come back once a bulldozer came by and plowed all of this down and someone declared eminent domain so they could build a goddamn strip mall. Maybe that is a better fucking outcome than what you're presenting to me. And I often find myself in this situation trying to discover or understand which is the right, proper choice in my life. And I tend to think, yeah, you have the picture. You now have the picture. You see exactly where you're going. Your hands are getting hot and sweaty. Your palms are feeling a little bit hairy. you're turning into a werewolf and you're unleashing things, but the moon is out and it's trying to tell you, be that fucking wolf. Be that goddamn werewolf and just be like, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not taking your proposals. I'm not taking your goddamn ultimatums. I'm not following your directives because I don't believe in them. Maybe I can revert back to a human, come back, you know, if my clothes all bedraggled and fucking ripped to shreds because I've been mauling people all night. I've been eating them alive, and I just kind of thought things over for a while, and I thought maybe you might change your mind and just be like, okay, we can just be cool with each other. We can be friends. We can be cool. You know, it's awesome. But no. It's always that ultimatum that a lot of friendships and a lot of people, businesses, and all sorts of things kind of throw at you in a cold way, saying you gotta do one thing or another. I'm going to tear your goddamn eyes out, and you're going to bleed from your ears and nostrils and snot and mucus, and whoo! It's a little fucking scary, man.